So, okay, what's the next pillar?
Okay, the third pillar is to decide if you want to be the masculine or the feminine energy in the relationship. And I know I touched on that, but having a healthy relationship to me is about interdependence,
Hmm.
not codependent. So, a codependent relationship is like a teacher student, parent child, slave master, if you want to get into S&M and that type of stuff. So, having a dance, if you look at two people doing a beautiful dance like a tango or a salsa, they are both dancing together and they kind of know what energy they're portraying. And that's what makes the dance so beautiful and sexual and sensual, is watching like a salsa or watching a beautiful dance. So it's really important to know going in, do you want to be the one pursuing, calling, texting, paying for dates? Or do you want to be the more receptive one that is graciously receiving and kind of like the leader and the follower? Do you want to be the leader or the follower in the relationship?
Okay, and you're gonna get a lot of pushback with this one.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Yeah. So with all these sense of female empowerment or empowerment for everybody, I mean, how do people reconcile, taking on the following, the follower role or the more passive one? Like how does that compute in this day and age of, empowerment for everybody?
So everyone's masculine at work. Everyone is a leader. Everyone gets to kick butt and take names and slay the day and all that stuff. Everybody is a man at work. But if you want to be the feminine energy, my dating mentor, her name is Pat Allen, she used to say, leave your plastic balls at the office. So if you want to be the feminine energy, do not take that energy into the relationship, because if both people in the relationship are competing to be the leader and to control the relationship, then that's not sexy. That's like a sword fight. Like it's, or you could call it like a pissing contest. You're competing to see who's the better guy. So, or if two people are so passive that nobody's calling, nobody's texting, nobody's asking each other out, then you're competing to be the better girl. And I call that battle for the skirt. So there's got to be a designated leader, which your Chinese is the yang energy, and a designated yin, which is the feminine energy. That's what makes a relationship work. And I'm not saying in certain areas you can trade off. Like in my marriage, Ben is the CEO of the dishes, and I'm the CEO of making the bed. So there's certain areas where we trade off, but in general, even though I'm a very independent, successful woman, I am checking in with him and taking his lead.
Hmm. So that kind of brings, some similarities to, John Gray's Men from Mars, Women from Venus, and there are a lot of people who are proponents of allowing the feminine and masculine to come together, but selecting a role. And of course, a lot of people say females need to be in the feminine role. So, what are your thoughts on the females select? Unless you think sometimes it works out well when the
Yeah.
female is selecting to be in the masculine role and the man is in the feminine role.
I don't think the female has to be the feminine energy. I just am saying, just know what dance you're doing so you can attract the other person. There are a lot of very good looking guys out there that want to be in the feminine role, and they're looking for a powerhouse woman to call the shots and ask them out on dates and pursue them and pay for vacations and fancy dinners. And if a woman wants like a super hot guy and she's willing to do that, then more power to her. I'm just saying you need polarity in the relationship. If everybody's the same, it's boring. It's like, what do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? It's just too much the same. There's got to be some push pull and magnetism. And that's from having someone in the feminine, someone having in the masculine. That's what makes it an exciting dance. You don't want it to be like flatlining.
Okay, so you're not saying that for a woman to attract a good a good man, that she has to take on the feminine role. She just has to know what she wants. Does
Yeah.
she want to lead, or to relax and be a little bit more passive? So she has to be comfortable with what she's picking.
Yeah, just to know, be aware of what you're picking.